The moment you guys have been waiting for. Starting in 3, 2, 1. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of Clement Customs. Back on the truck build. Tay and I are now going to focus a lot more on the wiring aspect. That is our next step in the right direction. We have two different wiring harnesses, or two setups, should I say. We have the engine bay wiring, which is all this fun stuff, as you can see. And then we also have all the interior wiring, which is all this fun stuff with your fuse box and everything. There's a lot to do with this. Tay did dismantle all this in previous videos and he labeled most of it. So we are gonna focus on connecting all of that and then clean it all up and work in the engine bay side today. Maybe we might get into the cab today. We'll see how it goes. But we're gonna focus mostly out in this area and clean it all up and make it look sexy. Because right now, this doesn't look sexy.
She's a mess.
Yeah, I bought a bunch of different loom, different size, for anywhere from 1 inch to 3/4 to 1/2 inch. I used a bunch of electrical tape, make it all sexy, and that is the port that I just previously cut. So this is all gonna sit in here, and that will make the connection from into the cab side, which is here. Let's focus on cleaning all this up. Isn't that scary? I was telling Tay the other day how overwhelmed I am, and I'm an electrician. That looks a lot better than what it did. It's not perfect, but I'll tell you, it looks...
When you see it in the video, it still looks like a disaster.
Does it still look like a disaster in the video?
There's just still a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, well, you know what?
But it's better.
It's better. Thank you, thank you. I wanted your compliments, not your negativity.
Yeah.
So,
does everybody notice his new mustache?
shut up. Adriana wanted the new mustache, all right? So I tried the mustache. I feel like Kyle Aylett right now.
That's right.
Okay, let's get this in. On day 2 here of all this fun electrical stuff. So we got most of the engine bay wiring all dialed. So that's all in loom. It's not the best way we could have done it, but it's gonna work and it's better than it was before. Here is our rat's nest on the inside. It is horrendous. I don't like the look of it. That's our main connection down in here. Comes through, and then this is our main wiring harness that goes to everything in here. There's a lot of stuff in here that we actually don't need. We don't need the cigarette lighter situation. We don't need half of this stuff. This we do not need. That's the inside for the ashtray. We don't need all that stuff. So we're gonna focus on getting rid of that stuff, clean this up, get this tucked up underneath there, and focus a little bit more on that. I apologize, this video is really not that exciting, but this is stuff that needs to get done, unfortunately, and it is quite important. Once this is all dialed, Tay and I will show you the dash that him and I have created that will fit in here. And we basically mash the Dodge and Ford together to make it work, and it's a quick plug and play setup. So let's get to this monstrosity of wiring, get it dialed, and then we can focus on the dash in here. Well, I guess it's time to show you the dash. So it's not perfect, it's not also done yet, but Dodge components, Ford housing.
Yeah, it looks ugly on the back, but you don't see that.
You don't see that.
In the hole?
You won't even notice. I am probably gonna do a little bit of plexiglass cover over here, but that's the least of my concerns right now. So, but it does work. We have our fuel, we have our temperature, we have our fuel, oil temp, battery, speedo, everything we need right here. So honestly, doesn't look too bad. So
It looks good in place.
yeah, and it's just plug and play. We just plug in everything on the Dodge harness onto here. We're laughing. So there's that. Let's get this installed then.
Get this installed.
And then this will also be our second fuel tank, because Tay and I are doing 2 fuel tanks in here. So that will be our other one. That'll be our main one. So, okay, well.
But she looks good in place.
She looks good.
I think they put a little clear cover in once we're done.
It looks sexy. All right, we're on day 3, and yes, I still have a mustache. I'm hoping if there is day 4 of this video, you won't see it. I'm just trying to keep Adriana happy. She really wants me to grow a mustache, and I told her by the end of this weekend, it's saying goodbye because I fucking hate it. So, enough of the mustache. I ordered some 1/0 battery cable that you basically build all your own ends on it. So I got 20 feet of the negative terminal wire and 20 feet of our red power wire, and I have just crimped and heat shrunk the terminal end we need for the battery. Tay and I are gonna focus on running these cables through the truck. We are not putting our battery in our normal engine bay area. Dad has been nice enough and has built us a battery box for the battery that we are actually gonna mount up here in the frame rail. That sits a little bit higher up, and the battery will sit out of this way. It'll give the engine bay a little bit cleaner of a look, and also just out of the way simplicity. This video is pretty jumpy, I'm sorry, I apologize. Tay has been giving her and got the 2 electric fans mounted, which actually looks pretty slick. Well done, T. All our connections to our battery, or to our starter and our main chassis grounds all done. And it comes all the way underneath and through underneath here, which is where this battery box will sit, like I last discussed. If everything goes smoothly, the main part of this video that's going to be the exciting part is we're going to try and see if this will start up. So stick around. I'll see you on a different day. Day 4, and I don't have a mustache, thank God, because I couldn't deal with that look. I think today, we're hoping, is the day that we will at least turn the truck over, hopefully. If everything goes smoothly, that will be our game plan. Dad's just finishing up on modifying the battery box to a different idea of how we wanted to do. And we got T-Swift in here, just quickly.
Wrapping things in electrical tape so it doesn't ground out.
Yeah, we're just basically making a quick little starter button, momentary start button situation just to turn it over to see if our wiring is correct. And we won't have any of our rad or intercooler stuff done yet. So if we do get this started and it does run on its own for a few seconds, we can't run it for very long because we do not want it to overheat. We just want to see if this thing will start up and turn over at least. The moment you guys have been waiting for. Also, while we were doing this, Dad got a TV hooked up in here. So now we can actually watch a hockey game. It's just updating. Little things like that. Tay tied up a little bit of the wiring in here, made sure some of our grounds were dialed. We still have the Dodge key ignition in here. We will be removing this, but we're just trying to get this thing to our house and running. That's our whole goal. We have our start button to get this thing turned over. This is very janky. This is not Clement Customs finished work. We made sure we are in park. We made sure we're in 2 high, sorry. So that's all dialed. Our cables over down through there are ran. Those will be P-clamped, don't you worry. They're just free chilling right now. We have the body grounded to the chassis, and over here, we have the battery box all dialed. So shout out to Dad yet again, welding us a little battery box. We will build a strap that goes over top of this. This is kind of what you get. So this gets away from the engine bay, which is nice. The moment of truth. Let's see
If it starts.
Battery is fully connected and nothing caught on fire.
That's a good start.
So we're doing something right.
Yeah, no sparks, no smoke.
Okay. Well, I guess you want to do the honors or me?
It's your truck. If someone's going to break it, it's going to be you.
Okay, well, here you go. You get the camera then. We have that hooked up. We have the kill hooked up. That's all hooked up. Yeah.
There's a lot not hooked up, so
there is.
You're just gonna bark it because you're not hooked up to your coolant, right?
Correct. Tay, you watch for some shit too.
So key on, see if anything happens on the dash.
Okay, going key on. Nothing on the dash.
And that's all the way on?
Oh yeah, I got.
There.
Oh yeah, I got battery power. We have no seatbelt light on. Oh, we got an oil. Oh, the seatbelt light went off. We got the oil light, and our power or battery has gone up.
What about a glow plug light?
No, it's usually not on here. It's on something else.
It's on the other little box, wherever that is. Yeah.
You ready for me to crank over?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crank
And
it
like
over.
I say, if it fires up, just shut her down.
Okay. That was
Done.
bad. Let's go, baby. That's it, Dad. That's it. We did it.
Nice.
We have, well,
Well, we're close.
we're-
We got intercooler to.
yeah, but Dad, this is it.
I know.
It just started in the Ford.
I know, and it just sucked my piece of engineered cedar piece of plank in there.
Let's try starting it once more and shutting it off with the
The kill?
just to make sure.
I did jump in it. Use my engineered Dodge part.
3, 2, 1. Killing.
Perfect.
Killed.
Wow.
Good.
Wow, this is a Kodak moment.
Dude, this is a big moment. Mark the date. Everyone, it is May 27th.
Yep.
That is a big day for Clement Customs.
Wow.
I think that's...
You happy, buddy?
Dude, I'm stoked.
Probably it for this episode.
Yeah,
eh?
I'm beyond amped on that. So I'm sorry this episode was kind of boring till the very end. I hope most of you guys stuck around for that. But anyways, we're going to end it at that one, just because that was a great way to end this video. So don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and we'll see you guys on the next one.